Yesterday, we told you about 7 people arrested in connection with the shooting that left a teenager dead. Today, we've learned it started with a drug deal. That's according to an arrest document. These 7 people on your screen, ranging in age from 17 to 21, are each charged with capital murder. A document released today claims security video at a restaurant showed one of the suspects you see, Gerardo Ocon, allegedly holding a box resembling marijuana vaping pens that were found at the scene of the crime. Police say Ocon admitted to driving 6 people to a home to buy the vapes. Investigators believe the group purchased drugs at this house on July 30th on West California Street in Nacogdoches, then returned with the intention of robbing the dealers. Suspects allegedly saying some stayed in the vehicle, shooting at the exterior of the home while 2 people went inside. Ultimately, 18-year-old Angel Bonilla was killed.